This is the Bank Nifty daily charts. As you can see, massive green candle formed again today, especially after such a downward move. Is kind of surprising and honestly took us by a little bit of surprise. Typically, when there's a downward trend, gap market opens gap up, it usually works to cover the gap in the morning or in the first half of the day. Today it didn't. It just actually went all the way trending, which was surprising but interesting nevertheless. So market opened up today at 37,241. Yesterday it closed at 36,944. Um, some amount of good news from the US Fed was expected to trickle in. Um, 200 points in the morning, I actually expected, but I thought the market would then stay within this range. I thought 37,500 might be upper level, and I thought that we might get to test 36,800, maybe even 36,600. So essentially, this was the range that I thought the market would play in today. The market opened up, and by about 9:50, 9:30, the minute this was breached, I was looking at the open interest. Um, Calls were written at 37,500 and 38. Market at this point was around 37,400 or so. Puts were written all around 37 odd thousand, right? So the market seemed like it would be between 37 and 37 and a half. Um, but as this was breaking, we were getting a little concerned. So in the morning, we wrote a little bit around here. We wrote one or two calls, very little positions, not too much, and we were expecting some form of correction to happen. So we would once this broke, um, then we said, okay, the sort of if I have to take even an ATR of the line, right, that was around 550, then this becomes around 650 or so. So I drew a line around 37 650, thinking okay, what will happen around there. So it broke, came back, so we thought okay, maybe this is a sign that it'll come down, and it didn't. It crossed this big one, and then we were looking at the week's high, and the week's high was around 800, 37 800 or so. We said let's see where the market would play around that, and the market eventually closed around 37 771. Now since we were unsure of where the market was, we didn't even trade for the next week, which is the 30th. We started trading straight for the 7th October week, just because when we are unsure, we get bigger premiums, so we can get potentially a wider range, and we didn't want to open too much, especially because on global cues were seeming slightly up, but we thought after the last couple of days, red candles, that it might actually continue and test it. Also on the daily chart, if you see where the market is and where its 20-day moving average is, it's almost 1,000 points. Last time it was about 1,000 points. This is kind of what happened. So we are kind of expecting some kind of correction, but again, the market's the market, right? You can't predict it no matter what kind of charts you look at. um, so our objective going in for tomorrow is, let's see where the market opens. Honestly, I think this, even though the market closed at 37,771, this 38,000 levels, which is the high of the week, I'm going to see what happens around there. Will it actually correct over there? In terms of support, we've got one definitely around here, which is 410 or so. So 37 410 is definitely going to act as a support. We're going to see what the market does around there. We've also got potentially this range, right? What is this? 550. The markets typically came here, took support, bounced back. So even 550 might be an interesting level for us to watch out for. Uh, let's see what happens tomorrow. Once the market opens, will it hold around 38,000, or can it start moving upwards, potentially testing all-time highs again, or will it start correcting, maybe close up the 20-day moving average again? So Today, the market opened up in terms of straddle was 1267 for the 7th of October and closed at 1240. Now, when we're playing potentially 2 weeks in front, we don't expect to get lots of decay through the day, but we were hoping to build a good range. Now, we've built one on the downward side, but on the upside, we're trying to go and build tomorrow. So, we're waiting to see if something's correct so we can start building our positions, adding to what needs to be added so we can end the week in profit.